Hi everyone, it's Cindy from Cindy's Art. We're going to work today on Wet on Wet, creating a bookmark. And my practice in this creative series was being able to put colors in for the trees and letting that bleed upward. So we're going to start off today with our arches, watercolor paper, and our Holbein paints. And I've listed those below for you in the description. This is a beautiful sap green that I'm laying out the wash on. I put a little bit of water on the bottom. I did not need it on the top yet. And I'm just going to put a little bit of color in here, and then I'm going to start to add in the color with the sky. I'm not coloring everything, and you can see this is how I create clouds. But that top is nice and wet, so that's going to blend down, and it's going to, I've got my paper tilted, so it's actually going to cause the watercolor to spread a little bit more. And I've left a little bit of line at this horizon line where these trees are going in because I don't want the trees to bleed up into the clouds too much. So I'm just making the rounds, dabbing in some paint, and I'm going to let that bleed and blend. My nice light colors look great at the top of the trees, but now I need some depth. And where trees hit the horizon line, it's very dark. Not everything, but it does have some nice dark areas. So I dabbed in a little bit of Hooker's green in there, and I'm going to let that blend through. I add a little bit of yellow ochre mixed with Aurelian yellow, and I'm letting that all blend too. But look how that paint spreads. I love the look of that. And that's a really good technique to practice the while wet on wet, and letting your paint run and letting it granulate. Now I added a tiny bit of salt. Let this dry really, really well, and then we'll move on to our next part. On my second wash, I usually add a little bit more color into the different areas of the painting. I made my sky darker. I added a little bit more yellow on top of the green on the bottom. And then I also used some straight quinacridone scarlet, and I just dabbed in flowers and let those go. Get out some paper towel, put it on top of the sky like I did here, and then I'm going to use white gouache paint, which is a little thicker than watercolor, and it will not blend or bleed out. And I'm using that to create some white flowers. I added in a little bit more yellow and gold here at the end. You'll see it with the trees. And then I used a micron pen, it's listed below in my supplies, just to provide a little bit more detail around the trees. That was it. I really hope you enjoyed joining me today for this watercolor lesson using the WOW method, wet on wet. A lot of this painting is simply wet on wet, and I practiced letting colors granulate and spread in order to create trees, and that is a beautiful technique to use. I do hope I see you next time. You can use these bookmarks for yourself, or you can create this for a friend and give it away as a gift. All right guys, we'll see you later. Take care.